Hi, it's been a while. I want to talk about something that's important right now to what's going on recently. I know deepfakes have existed for a long while, but they're getting more and more realistic, and that's part of the problem. AI could generate people committing crimes that they didn't commit. AI could generate fake copy your voice or whatever, tricking your loved ones for money or personal info. AI is ruining the future for artists and creators. One thing I don't think I hear people, talking about it, but not enough. You need to be talking about this with your friends. You need to be talking about this with your loved ones, your family members, to anybody who brings this shit up, and the dangers and the threats, not the potential dangers or threats, the dangers that this is going to pose to everybody online. And on the surface, people might not think anything of it. Look, my point with this is I'm not trying to fearmonger or whatever the hell, but one of my points I'm trying to bring attention to while talking about this subject is that we need to get regulation on it now. Because one thing I don't think people are talking enough about is how, besides AI being used for medical reasons, engineering work, whatever, people are going to use it for dark reasons. I mean, I'm not a big fan of anything AI. I have friends that are probably watching this that I've talked to already about this subject, and they don't think it's a big deal. So we need to be talking about this more in what and how this is going to actually harm people. And yeah, don't get me started I know how it's going to harm businesses, how it's already harming businesses. We need to be talking about people that can potentially regulate and create laws also for this sort of thing. Like, what I don't think my friends probably watching this and other people I've talked to are that concerned about. Besides how it's harming artists, creators, stealing art, all that, like, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like, imagine an actual parent in this situation. I'm not going to get into any further details, but if you know, you know. There are some sick and twisted people out there, and people are going to use this, create this for whatever they want. I know people have done it for years, but we need to figure out how to regulate this. And, I don't want to delete, my social media. Obviously, I'm not going to, but it's more of, figuring out how to protect ourselves, because this sort of thing we need to just figure out how to protect ourselves. AI should be stopped and not used when it comes to this sort of level. The main point that I'm trying to make with all these examples is that the software is going to be used to exploit people. The software being AI generated video, for example. There's a website called contentdetector.ai or something like that. Look, you can look up the website and the statistics yourself. I'll link it down in the description below, which literally scans the internet for deep, fake everything. There is a 64% increase of not safe for work production of videos, photos, since 2022 to 2023 with this new software. But out of all the obvious, I know it was going to be used for not safe for work content, I just want you to guess the percentage of how much of it is going to be used for not safe for work. Just guess. It's a wild number. Throw it out. It is 96% of all deepfake content, and 90% of that is women. When you let it sink in, it's going to get depressing. This includes your women friends, your mother, your sister, anybody. They're targets. It's just with how things are progressing and how technology is advancing so fast. Getting anybody who has access to this sort of thing, they can target anybody who has a photo, a video, audio clip, whatever. Look, I know they've done it for years, and I know they're going to keep doing it, but that's basically my point of this video and this topic, and why I wanted to talk about this. And I really hope that after you watching what I'm saying, you actually have the tiniest amount of concern or realize the general fear surrounding this software. I'm gonna need to share a story. I even recently was on my LinkedIn, and I haven't updated my LinkedIn picture. It's not that long ago. It's probably been 2022. So, quite a few years, couple of years, whatever. I saw it was a photo of a woman, but the pose, the hair, everything looked just like my LinkedIn picture. And I went, no, it can't be. And this is the thing. It doesn't say AI modified or anything like that. I tried to see if there was more pictures of this one person, because if there usually is, I'm thinking, well, maybe, okay, it's a real person. There's more than one shot. It's only this one photo. It's really weird. I could take both photos and put them on top of each other and be like, look, it's almost the same picture. However, I was on Pinterest. I've seen photos of women, for instance, And it's normal photo. It's not safe for work. But I've seen like duplicates of the photo and it will say AI modified. And it's not modified by the person that either took the photo of them. It's just like, oh, it's better or something weird, if that makes any sense. And so I've seen like even copies of the original floating around, but I'll see AI modified. The only other thing that concerns me is how basically, like, there's nothing wrong with the original. And here's the thing. I just know because of how it's just duplicated and, copied and over again. It's not posted by the original person that took the picture. And the only thing that I hate about this is it's like, I look at the photos and I go, which one is the real one? And I know some of you might go, well, Sydney, obviously it's the one that says AI modified, but I don't know that. And it's also unnecessary. It's kind of dumb. Like maybe it changes her like hair, like how my hair is parted like to the side. Maybe it makes it fill in like my forehead. Maybe it changes her face shape a bit. It's really weird. Like, I don't get the point. I really don't. People steal other people's information. But this is more than that. This is I just don't like the idea that somebody used my photo with not only out my consent, but to generate a random picture. That's actually scary. And I'm sorry because I know that they're watching this right now, but I have friends that don't give a shit about this. They're like, yeah, well, it's here to stay. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? Oh, well, people have been doing this for years. Yes, but my point is it's actually getting worse. To the point where, like I said, I'm not going to delete my social media. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. But sometimes it makes me feel like, not that I can't do anything, but it's like, it's not right. That's another thing is people think it's going to replace all of our jobs when I know that's not true because obviously I don't know if it's 50%. I hope it's 50%, but there is a good half of proportion of people that do not like AI, accept AI. I had an artist friend that posted some character design that he did and somebody, without his consent, without crediting him, like you don't even realize it's happening. They took his art and they made AI generated videos of this character and they were making money off of it. And I think he filed a lawsuit. I don't know if it's still going on. I can't remember if it, I don't know. I just remember him totally raging on LinkedIn, understandably, that somebody stole his character on steroids. This is the best way I'll call it. They're just, oh, let me make quick money. Jacksepticeye even was saying, I saw, I think, one of his tweets, his old tweets or something, but somebody somehow copied and used his videos on some AI thing and without his consent. Anyway, I just remember it pissed him off, understandably. And what I think YouTube needs to process is when we do upload videos like this, how we can protect ourselves. Don't use my video for AI, don't use my face, don't use my voice. One other creator friend, he used AI generated video software, but it was of himself. You want to know why this was dumb? He has the equipment. I don't even want to say the money, because what he's doing, he already has the equipment. It's not like he has to go out and buy thousands of pounds or thousands of dollars in equipment, but he has the ability, I should say, to make what he created with this AI generated video of himself without the software. So I don't know if he's doing it. He's probably just doing it because of the hype. Some people make jokes about like, well, I can create videos and not have to get out of bed. I am married to this bed, but I also love to sit here and hit record and I just create anything. When it comes to artists, people that actually are using the AI stuff and they're not thinking about the consequences, where I think is funny is whether they realize it or not, my theory is that it's going to demotivate them even more. They're going to think, oh, I can just create whatever I want and not have to get out of bed. It's just a concern. It's a concern. And after not posting a proper video in a while, I thought I'd come back and talk about this. Because this is important to talk about. I know AI is not going to go away either. I know some of you are probably leaving comments right now going, it's not going to go away. I didn't say it was. It's just, it needs to just be lassoed. It needs to be, harnessed, whatever you want to call it. Slowed down, regulated. We need laws against it. YouTube needs to do something about it. Instagram. And I'm sorry, but I've seen on both Instagram and YouTube, for instance, they'll say, well, if you post anything AI generated or whatever, you have to add the label that this is AI. But to me, that does not fix the problem. That is a literal digital slap on the wrist. It just needs to be handled better. Yeah. Please share this video with anybody that doesn't care about how AI is going to harm anybody. Yeah, please share this so that gets their attention.